Hello, Prim friends. Well, I'm bringing you today somewhere that I have not been to for probably, oh gosh, I would say almost 20 years. We're in Lancaster, Ohio. This is the same town where Ginny Curry has her shop. We were in the area to pick up a clock we needed to have repaired, and my mom and I went for a road trip. You may have noticed I haven't been on here in a while. Unfortunately, my uncle, my mom's last brother, recently passed away in Berlin, Germany, and so we got word on Tuesday morning that he had passed away, and by Wednesday morning she and I were on an airplane to Berlin, Germany. So if you have some interest in a little bit of video that I took while I was over there, I will go ahead and put that up in the next couple of days. It's not really antiques, although ironically one of the friends that we did visit, her beautiful small apartment did have some primitives in it. So you might be interested to see how that is done in another country, and yet primitives followed me there. Look at that. 3 floors of shopping. There's a neat lantern right there. They have that one priced at $125. That's pretty. Frank Homa picture, 1942. There's some neat large canner Crocs, $60. $60. This one's $65. Little wagon wheel. Pretty milk pitcher with the grapes and the blue. They have $55 on that one. The 2 mid-century modern cats with the green eyes, those are marked down to $60. This one's a neat one too. If the vintage is your thing, it looks like they have that one at $45, and it's all sitting on a dry sink that is now marked down to $4.99. So you'll have to excuse my voice a bit. We came back from the trip with I came back from the trip with a cold. So in Berlin they said it was the coldest temperatures for January and February in 16 years. And I know we have cold temperatures here in Ohio, quite cold temperatures this year, but there is something really different about the Siberian cold that the city of Berlin gets. This is 19. That's a nice, pretty unusual little blue there. It's cute. The little Russian nesting dolls. 5 parts. She's 34. There's a little Stife. He's got the button in the ear, but not the tag. Here's an old shutter dog. These would have been to hold the shutters back on a house. You see those a lot in Williamsburg. This is a big place. There's 3 floors. Just a really unique mixture. There are primitives, and then lots of the vintage, lots of glass, china, all that kind of stuff. Could be one of those kind of places that something that you are looking for might be hidden here. This is an interesting booth right here. They have some unique pieces. Love these books. And the early children's. And then here, what is this? I don't know. Not seen that before. And this looks like a red, white, and blue umbrella. The early Chicago World's Fair. We'll have to open that up and take a look. That one is $95. This one's $110. This one is $95. David Copperfield, Charles Dickens book. Oh, little chalkware cat. There's a nice primitive area. The little chickens and or roosters in the buildings. Those are $95 each. And then here are a couple of wooden bowls turned. This one's $95. This one's $45. No lip on that one. No, that's the kind that I like, is with the lip on the bottom. And then here I noticed there is a pig cutting board, and then look at all of Victorian pincushions back there. Those are old ones. There's a couple of strawberries and maybe a tomato. The strawberries are lovely. Those are $60 a piece. There's some neat things here in the cases. A couple of early samplers. There's a sander for on a desk. And a lady's pocket. These pockets were not part of their gowns. The pocket would have been underneath it, but tied on around their waist. So that's kind of neat. Unusual. This is interesting. Now we're on the second floor upstairs. It's a pretty brilliant blue repainted dry sink. Goodness. Had one of those in my lifetime. Nice diamond dies case. A country store 4-drawer spool cabinet. This place is quite large, and it's kind of funny. My mom and I are saying it's almost like a game. Are we going to find one of the Victorian candle lights for the Christmas trees? Well, first of all, no, because our friend Lauren has all of them. But if we do find them, it's like, which of us might find one first? You always have to have something that you're searching for when you walk into a place like this. It just makes it a little more fun. Well, the downstairs of this shop seems to be a lot more glassware, vintage, and smalls. But here upstairs, while there's still a lot of vintage, it just seems to be a lot more of the large primitive pieces, signage, porcelain signs. There's some interesting things up here. So we will just keep on going, see what we might find here. I've already found one thing that will be going to the shop. So make sure you stay to the end if you might be interested in purchasing that piece. But I would love to hear in the comment section, what would you like me to go slower at? What are the pieces in an antique shop that catch your attention? What would you have picked up here in this the shoe factory shop? These are neat. These are old wool carders. I never quite understand why they sell them separated like that, because they really always were meant to be a pair. That's how they worked. So, oh well. Here's a coverlet. It's signed in the corner, Jacob Sherman, Attica, Seneca County, Ohio, 1851. It has seen some wear in its days. And you know, when they talk about trends of things, several years ago, a huge trend in primitive antiquing were those flat to the wall tobacco baskets. And now you see them now and again, but there just isn't the mad rush for people to be picking those up. Kind of like right here in the Longaberger baskets. It's such a mixture of the vintage and primitive. It's kind of cute. The child's old football gear, that's $95. This looks like a early croquet set. That one is $65. Here are some snowshoes. It's very bright up here. For a second there, I couldn't see a thing. There's some neat pieces in here. Again, quite a mixture up here. Oh, look down here. A little child's ride-on toy. Briarwood, Hampshire. I like that sign. Wonder if it's a double-sided. Yes, it is a double-sided sign, which always makes them a bit more valuable. Goodness. So if you're looking for a lamp or a lamp part, you might just find it here. Wow, lots of the ball jars. Some of the porcelain gas station lights. And then the bottles. Ooh, the shelf is sagging a bit. Yikes. Oh, it is so nice to see sunshine. Gorgeous day. Today here in Ohio, we're finally hit 50 degrees after so many below freezing days. Wow, they have a little bit of everything in here. Oh, look at this one here is named Jim. Here's some more of the brown canning crocks. Let's see what's in this room over here. Another great big one. So they have a lot of big pieces. United Rubber Workers of America building. I think where those holes are, there would have been neon like lights would have come out of that. And now I'm also always looking for crates from Yingling after finding out that my great-grandfather had lived right beside the Yingling factory in Pennsylvania. So another fun thing to always be on the search for. And you know, I could get on eBay or something and just find it and buy it, but that, I don't know, that just takes the fun away. That's like ordering it from a catalog, and that's just not the way I like to pick up my pieces. I want to find it in the wild, I guess is the way we say. And you kind of have to look in every corner because you just never know where a certain special thing might be. Cute, the little log cabin. Probably a child's toy at some point. Lots of fishing lures here. And again, lots of the vintage. We had that exact nut grinder as a kiddo growing up. Sometimes it was my job to grind the nuts for the butterball cookies that my mom would make at Christmas every year. Lots of neat granite ware pieces. This blue, pretty pieces. That's an unusual one with the double boiler there, still have both of the pieces. Yeah, that's neat. And just for that person who's going to ask me, shoot, how much was that? Well, the 2 pieces of the blue, it's $55 for the pair. And it must have been in water because the inner part has faded pretty badly. My goodness, look at all the metal doorknobs and hardware pieces, and here all of the Griswold and cast iron frying pans. My goodness, the locks. Drawer pulls, hinges, the stove top. Lots of vices are here as well. Here's an early Christmas tree stand. Wow. Looks like here's a fireplace arm or a trammel. Yeah, there are a few pieces like that in there. The corn molds. Those are fun to, well, I've got a little project. I'll just keep that under my hat and then show you. Maybe we'll do that in another video. There's a hay fork. Wow, just all kinds of old-time farm pieces out here. Here's a flax comb right here, and it does have the box top with it. Oh goodness. It's a neat work table. Here you can see the zinc top and then the pull-out. Nice old zinc top farm table, $7.75. This is a neat booth right here. Nice decorated churn, butter churn. Lots of yellowware. Nice crock too. This one's $2.95. Douglas Park, West Virginia. There's an old Red Wing jug. Cute little basket. Oh my gosh. Look at that. There's a corn and then a crock on the bottom that's $3.95. My goodness, is that even? Oh yeah. Yep, there's the mark on it. Kind of is a diamond shape with a circle at the top. I think those are even, I think it's a Wedgwood. Not a bad price at all for $65. There's some of the blue milk glass for the lightning rods. Got some neat things up here. Mid-century glass with the carrier. Oh my goodness, no way. Not even possible. A whole collection of the hats and boxes, Mom. Just not a very easy time at the moment when you lose a family member, especially one that's so far away. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your patience with our channel. I hope if you're a little bored with some of the newer ones and watching them a time or two, go back. There are a lot. I have a lot of older videos, and it's kind of fun to go back and maybe see the progression of our channel. And I do show more price tags now. That was something that was brought upon by so many of you that asked me to do that more often. So just lots of... There's a prim jug over here we're going to take a look at. And that one is $50. There's a little electric lantern here for $25. Oh, some of the glass is missing in that. All right, prim friends, well, we're going to head on down to the basement and see what we might find down here real quick. My goodness, this place is huge. So, you know, I can't speak for this location, but typically the highest rent district is the main floor because people have the most time they'll spend on that area, and then they'll maybe go upstairs, and then the basement usually is the low rent district. Again, that could be different in different locations, but that has been my experience with what you find in the quality of pieces and things like that. But again, you never know if it's something that you're specifically looking for that's really different than the market of the shop where you're at. You know, you just never know what you might find. Who knows? Not everybody knows what a hog scraper candlestick is, and not everybody knows what these courting candles might look like. So sometimes you can really find a goodie hiding out in areas that you don't necessarily expect to find them. So I'm curious, what is your, do you have one of those great big finds that you turned a corner and were just shocked that it was there? Or maybe everybody went ahead and left an auction and a couple more boxes got pulled out from somewhere and you found a treasure that way. Or I'm just really curious, what's your biggest special find? It's kind of funny. I don't think I saw a single piece of stone fruit here. I did not see a hog scraper candlestick. What else didn't I see here anywhere? Watch me turn the corner and there'll be a whole bunch of them. There's a little bit more of the ironstone there in that cupboard. There's some prims in here. Well, like I said, prim friends, thank you. I appreciate you more than you can ever imagine. And keep watching. I have lots of places to be bringing you to in the near future. I'm glad the cold is behind me now. I think it's pretty much, I sound an awful lot better than I did. So take care, and please hug your loved ones today. Don't wait till tomorrow.